A disappointing return to action after a 5-week layoff for Wimborne Town at Cuthbury today, as they went down 2-1 to a spirited Bishop's Cleeve side whose play belied their league position 20th out of 22. Manager Steve Cuss started with the 4-5-1 formation that had served Wimborne so well at Evesham in their last outing, with Scott Arnold and Ian Oliver at full-back, Patrick Wilson and Gary Middleton in the middle of the back four, and a midfield five of John Blake, Billy Maybury, Aidan Sainsbury, George Webb and Sam Griffin. Mark Gamble, the lone striker. Wimborne lost the toss and played against the wind in the first half, and a very strong wind it was too, and Bishop's Cleeve made the most of it. On 9 minutes, a cross caused havoc in the Wimborne defence as it fell almost vertically and it was pushed into the net somehow. Getting the credit for that goal was, if I can just consult my notes, was Jason Lee, 1-0 to Bishop's Cleeve on 9 minutes. And the first 20 minutes was pretty much dominated by the visitors, but then Wimborne started to come into it, and it was no great surprise on 31 minutes when Mark Gamble, the Southern League's top scorer, notched his 25th counter of the season and made it 1-1. A through ball, keeper came out to it, misjudged the wind, and it was held up. Mark touched it past him and ran it through into an empty net. And Wimborne could have gone ahead 4 minutes later when Mark Gamble's left foot shot over the bar when he was in a good position. And then on 38 minutes the winning goal came. It was Aidan Sainsbury dragged down a Cleeve player in the box, referee pointed to the spot, and Joe Turley blasted the ball down the middle. Jason got a hand to it but couldn't stop it, and that made it 2-1 to Cleeve at the half-time interval. The game wasn't by any means over. Wimborne playing with this very strong wind in the second half. Started off brightly, but after 10 minutes it was still 2-1, and manager Steve Cuss had seen enough. He introduced Matt Kemble and Jamie Davidson on his return from illness. Gary Middleton and Billy Maybury, the two players to make way. And Davidson in particular lit up the game with some sensational passes and some neat footwork. But to no avail. On 57 minutes, George Webb cross and a John Blake overhead kick threatened the Cleeve goal, but their keeper, who played well throughout, was on it. And then John Blake again probably should have equalised when nice play from Sam Griffin found him on the corner of the 6-yard box in 76 minutes, but he blasted the ball over. It wasn't to be for Wimborne, and if I'm being absolutely honest, I think probably Bishop's Cleeve deserved their win. They played better against the wind than Wimborne Town. How much of this is down to ring rustiness? We'll not really know, perhaps, until we've had another couple of games. But star men for Wimborne, Mark Gamble was named man of the match, and you couldn't deny that. The star striker played his heart out. Jamie Davidson, when he came on, looked, if anything, better than he was before his illness, and we'll look forward to him for the rest of the season. Next up for Wimborne, the long trek to Stratford on Tuesday night, and then another away game on Saturday at Didcot. We'll maybe see you at one of those games.